What's your relationship like with your mother right now? Because you said that on face value and anoma wakho ni right, but phakathi khona izinto esingekho right.
No, my mom is a person who doesn't want to talk. She's a person who's like a victim in each and every situation. So I've distanced myself from her because I feel like I can never save everyone, you know? Because I've told her, it's okay, this is how you heal. Because I know each and every trauma that you have. So in order for you to be a better person for your son, for me, is if you heal your childhood traumas and your trauma as a person, as an adult, so that you can be a better person. So she chooses to stick into that trauma or pain. She's like holding on to it because, I don't know, maybe like she's holding it to dear life. I'm like, nah fam, I'm good. Because masindawonye siyashayisana ngamakhanda, and I know the vision, I know who you are, but like you don't want to see yourself through me. So what is the point? So that's why I'm like, Sekaya, because after everything went down, I went back home. She was toxic and abusive, and I was like, no fam, let me just go back to Joburg, and then I'm here. Then now our relationship is kind of okay because we are far apart. I got introduced to drugs after I was introduced to what the show called This Body Works For Me on Showmax.
HIV, imqedile industry, liyaqatana ipipi. Is Colin Fega still your role model?
Once, twice, between twice shy.
Oh, decide pipe. So, ufunu puma go sex industry.
It was hell.
We shoot. In the space.
He's crazy.
He was your sex partner.
He was my sex partner.
Had the power. Hey, I had the power. I destroyed your life when I destroyed you. You are walking dirty because of me. Uzwa kanjani makunje? Hamba kanjani? I had power. Namanje I have power. Usazophinda ube umahosha, usazophinda ube ijunkie cause ngine power over you. Mina utshwala ngiyabugcina namhlanje cause ngiqinile ukukhuluma nawe.
Ngimfisela ukuthi engathi angadlala mhlawumbe neNigeria lelithwele limlalise nenyoka, angabi nathi sibeletho sikhishwe sibekwe phezu kwe-operating table sikhishwe, angabi abo alamazwi aphuma from deep down in my heart. Angisamthathe njengengane yami, ngimthatha njengesitha sami, uyisitha kumina cause angangibulala noma inini, as she said. Esishithi futhi ukuthi uyangenyanya. Those are the words aqhamuka kuyena wathi mina uyangenyanya after everything. Evela lapha ethuka abantu bemthuka, ifamily imthu bembiza ngedisgrace bemthuka, umuntu obeminaye bekuyimina ngedwa. Bengimile mina ngedwa ngimsaphoza ngoba ingane yami ngeke ngikwazi ukumlahla ndawo, kodwa umuntu angamfuni nami eyisayi namthukayo imina. HIV status sam ukiyangaso. Mina ngidle ama-ARVs ami ukubona yena ekhula. She was my inspiration. She was my motivation ukuthi ngiqhubeke ngiwadla amaphilisi non-stop so that yena ezokwazi ukuthola ifuture ngibe khona noma uNkulunkulu engithatha but ebese phezulu esehambile nempilo ngashoni. Noma ngabe nimenzani dilani naye ngisengamtshela ngathi ngizohamba ngemathuneni ngiyocenta ngiyokhuluma noma because uthi uma wami walayeka wakwazi wathi uma wami wabulwa boyfriend yakhe. Yo way. So
my daughter, you need HIV more than me.
Abafana bathenga ududu badayisela istrap. Can't you think ukuthi nawe uyayidinga ingculaza so that uzoba nestrap esingconywana khuluphala izinqa? Yabo? Cause lesi strap obadayisela sona si very embarrassing. Sikhombisa abafana ukuthi ba desperate kanjani. Ngeke mina ngikhiphe imali ngikhiphela lo yadudu. uyayidinga ingculaza ngoba uthuka minti nengculaza, uyayidinga ingculaza so that mawuthi mina ngikhuluphaswe ingculaza, fine, okay, uyayidinga ke nawe so that uzokwazi ukukhuluphala. Wena why ungabi nayo ingculaza because wena uyadayisa ngomzimba. Cabanga ukuthi wena usafe. Awukho safe. Because idamavido akho lapha yana siyezwa ukuthi uwenza raw. Awusebenzisa protection. So if mhlawumbe no type owegazi okufihlele so uyofunga sizakale. Ngcono mina ngisizakalile ngalithola ama-ARVs ngaphila. Waba right. It's 11 years sisi mina ngikuma ARVs. 11 years. Njengoba ku January ngithi 12 years. So ending I'm still going strong and I'm still going healthy. CD4 count wami awubonakali. Viral load amayibonakali. Ngani na ngenxa ukuthi ngazimisela ukuwadla amaphilisi ngendlela ukuze ngikhulise ingane zami. uNkulunkulu akangithathe ngenye indlela nothi angithathe nge-ARV nge-HIV.
Samke from This Body works for me.
I'm not a cow, bitch. Listen, I'm gonna make you sweat, make you wet, make you wet, wet, wet. I'm gonna make you scared, little baby, pissing in your pants of pressure.
Vault unlocked.
Hello, what is up, you dazzling diamonds and the others? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda Kyle, and this is the Vault. Anyway, you guys, let's jump straight into this video. Alrighty then, you guys, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Samke and her mother, right? And if you guys haven't already, please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, please do click on that thank you button and support the Vault Unlocked. Anyway, guys, I saw last week there was a feud going on between mother and daughter. Samke, who is the girl that was on this body, doesn't work for me because, to my knowledge at this point, none of their bodies really worked for them. They went onto that show to be humiliated, to have their lives dragged in front of the country or the world, if you will, and it didn't work out. They didn't gain that fame and notoriety that I think they were promised. Because most of them keep on saying how much of a shitty deal it was to be on This Body Works For Me. It was a mistake. Because who wants to actually put their personal life out there like that when it's so derogatory and so degrading to them? Only person that benefited with the whole production, This Body Works For Me, was the people behind the scenes, or the people that were calling the shots. The people that were casted for the show kept on saying that they weren't paid enough to be exposing themselves by themselves in this way. It's a very, 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 very sad situation for you to come from being a prostie to then being a prostie in front of the world, and there's nothing to show for it. Samke, the girl that we are speaking about today, left the show. She didn't even come back for season 2. And then she left her prostie lifestyle. So she exposed her prostie lifestyle for 1 season, but didn't even capitalize on it. I keep on telling you guys that career, like people like to call it a career, is a dead-end career. There's no future, there's no hope in that situation. You are going to fumble and dry out like Samke. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the situation. I'm sorry to be harsh, but that's what happened to Samke. She dried out like a schwabe, biltong.
Samke from This Body works for me.
She actually said that it destroyed her life in a way. You know what, in life, I get it. We do make mistakes. We get into situations where we do things that we think are going to benefit our lives, and then it turns out that it doesn't. But if you are in an industry or profession like prostitution, baby, you best believe you are going one way, and that's to hell, in my opinion. There's no glorious outcome to that type of situation. Even if you look at people like our Cardi B, who used to be strippers and so on, the public will always have that thing in the back of their mind who would say, wena, you used to shake your booty cheeks for money. People don't really take you seriously. No matter how much money you can make, even yourself, you will feel that grime and you will carry that grime with you for eternity. You can, and it did happen, that a prostitute washed Jesus' feet. But she carried that grime with her until that moment type of situation. It's degrading. It's dehumanizing. To be a prostitute, to say you're a JJ, your very sacred parts for money. It's a problem. It really is, and it never leaves you. I can imagine. It never it can't. Any rational human being, and that's why there are some women that don't get into. If it was an okay thing to do, then all women would be doing it. All women would be doing it, but not all women are doing it. And most women are in those desperate situations, but they would rather work and sweat till they bleed even than to go down that path. It's not a glamorous, glorious path. That stain is like a stain. It never leaves you. You will always have that stain when you become a prostie mama. It's worse when you become a prostie mama and then you plaster it for the world to see. It's degrading. And that's how we're always going to see you type of situation. Right? After I watched Samke's mom's interview on Hazel Mahazad's podcast, I had to then go back again. And I've already done a video about Samke on her own. But I had to go back and watch Samke's video as well, podcast interview, to see or to try to gauge who's lying and who's telling the truth. Because both women, in my opinion, are very damaged. Even though Samke's mom would like to believe that she is not damaged, and she would like to believe that her daughter is not damaged. She would like to believe that they both are just perfectly normal and fine and happy and healthy type of situation. But what we saw in both interviews says different, right? So I watched both interviews, and wow, devastating is the first word that comes to mind. Mother and daughter hate each other so much to blast each other on social media for the world to see. This is a problem. You know, so many of us come from broken homes. I get it. But there's something about a mom and their child, when you bring your child close to you, boy or girl, that can actually shape and change their destiny, their life, their future. But there's a miss when it comes to Umama Samke. There's something that was totally missing there. I can't say that one is lying and the other is telling the truth, because the things that Samke's mom said, when you go back and you watch Samke's video, Samke actually does corroborate those things. So it adds up. It's like they're telling the same story, but from different perspectives. I always tell you guys about perception, perspectives. It's different. It's always going to be different. And this is the reason why these ladies are butting heads. And it's so sad because it's mother and daughter. I'm very, very close to my mom. Very close to just my family in general. Well, those that I consider my family type of situation. You know, no family is ever really perfect. But it is what it is. But I would never disrespect her in the way that I've seen Samke disrespecting her mother. And I know for a fact that my mom would never go to that point that Samke's mom has gone. Samke's mom, I find it, people are saying that how can this mother come out and speak about her daughter in this way? And yet when you go back and you watch Samke's interview, the things that Samke was saying are similar to what the mother was saying. Like, for instance, when the mother spoke about Samke being a part of some satanic group or what have you, and that Samke was supposed to get 4 or 5 million rand because she was part of this group and she has a code on the back of her neck, what have you. Samke actually does mention that in the interview with Hazel, that she was dabbling in spirituality. Now, spirituality is very tricky. It depends on what spectrum of the spirituality you are on, and she was on the darker side. She even said in that interview with Hazel that she wanted to twice her rise and was going to get that 4 or 5 million rand. Same thing that her mother said. And that was alarming to her mother because she confessed this to her mother. They obviously did at some point have a very close relationship where they confided in each other. For Samke to openly just come out and say, yes, I'm on drugs. I'm in this occultic situation. I'm getting this 5 million rand or whatever. They at some point they had a close relationship. Because even Samke was saying that they're best friends. But they're the type of best friends that stab each other in the back because there's some unresolved issues there. Well, Samke does mention that her mother would have relationships in front of her, change men, right? I think that this did affect Samke in some way or another, obviously. The mother then does also say that Samke once discovered her sexy videos on her phone. The mother then says that this is what traumatized Samke and made her the person that she has become. Samke says that the mother was telling her about these relationships. So maybe the mother was a young mother and felt like, sometimes the lines can get blurred when you're a young mother, and you have a child, where you feel like you can just open up and speak about things that maybe you shouldn't be speaking to your child about. The lines can be blurred when you're a young mother, a single mother, when it's just you and this baby, this child, rather. And then you divulge information that you don't realize is going to damage them in the future. Or you leave your phone carelessly, your child is playing games on the phone and they discover these sexy videos and stuff like that. And that damages the child. It imprints that thing in the child's mind. Which, this is a normal thing. If my mommy, my main person in life is doing these things, then it's normal, it's fine. Because isn't it crazy how Samke, as a child, saw the mom's sexy videos and then as an adult started to do these sexy videos for the world to see? Do you understand that there's a correlation? There's a correlation. It comes from somewhere, and we can all see where it comes from. The mom can't sit there and say, I don't know where she's getting these things from. Even if maybe the mom didn't directly influence Samke to become the person that she became, but she saw it from somewhere. Our kids are mirror images of us. If you, I use my kids for an example. The things that they say, the way that they behave, is a direct result of who I am. I've spent most of their lives and time with them. So they mimic or emulate the person that I am. They become more of me. Just like how Samke became more of her mom. Her mom can't sit there and say she's shocked. Maybe she is shocked. No mother wants their child to go down this path. But if your child is now seeing videos of you doing these sexy things, somewhere it gets imprinted in their brain. Some way, somehow. Therefore, it's okay. Even if as the child grows up and becomes an adult, their brain develops, they mature, they still have that thing. And it's something that they can actually weaponize against you to say, ngabona now on your phone, these kind of things. Why are you now judging me? Whether or not Samke's mom was a prostie, but the mere fact that Samke saw those things, she saw her mom doing those things on a phone, It gave her the okay and the right and the leeway to then go and do those things her damn self. Do you understand that every single little thing that we do around our children is going to impact and influence their lives? Little things like having a drink in front of your kids, smoking a cigarette. I smoke cigarettes and I have a drink in front of my kids. And my thing is always, don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. I'm going to teach you the way of life, but don't do what I do. And according to what I'm doing, I'm an adult, a responsible adult. You're a child. You must understand the rules. Mara, kids are kids. They're going to want to experience and do things. Because if mommy or daddy are having a good time doing this thing, they look so happy, everything, it must be a good thing. As everyone is a visual being, that's what they are seeing. They're not seeing it as a bad thing, unless it's a very dysfunctional situation. But they're seeing it as, oh, they're having a great time. I'm going to try this one day. It must be nice because, woo, look at them. They're having a great time. So Samke's mom on those videos was having a great time. And it was imprinted on her brain. You understand? So it's something that she's going to want to do. And she's not going to be ashamed or afraid to then put out corn, because she already as a child saw her mother, the person that she looks up to, doing those things. Back then there wasn't OF, right? But she saw her stepfather and her mother doing it. So she must have thought that, oh, this is a good thing. They look happy, they enjoying themselves. It's a feel into it type of situation. Even when a child witnesses grown-up activities, they will get a feeling out of watching that. I feel like it's a very violent thing for a child to see, even if the act is not violent, but it's too much for a child to handle because they don't understand what actually goes to that interaction, right? So it gets imprinted into a child's mind when they discover these things at these young, tender ages. I would go to the extent of saying that it's traumatic. It's traumatizing if you think about it. I don't want to point fingers at Samke or her mom. I don't think either one of them know what they are doing, or the mom back in the day knew what she was doing, handling Samke as her only child and not safeguarding her phone properly, or I don't know. You understand? Things do happen where our children can hack into our phones. Our children are very smart. And Samke does seem like she's a very smart lady. It's just that there's a lot going on in her mind. When you come from an upbringing that is not, where you are not so well off, you start to pick up on things, man. Where if your mom is telling you, I have a man and she's so free and open to tell you these things and he's giving me money, it starts to form these ideas in your head. That's where you're going to get money from, a man. Do you understand? That's the perception that I'm getting from the situation. That's the relationship that they had. Some girls obviously going to create the story, the situation, which that's how you get imali. And then seeing the videos of her mom, it only makes sense that, oh, if I open my legs to a man, that's how I'm going to get money. Because before this stepdaddy came into the picture, we didn't have much. But when he did, now we have a little bit more. And I've seen these videos. That must mean that this is what women do. You understand? And I don't think back then Samke's mom explained it to her in a way that she would understand, or in a way that it wouldn't impact her future now. I do think that Samke's mom did all that she could. From what she said in the interview with the Hazel, she did all she could got her into school. Samke has a degree. You know, she pushed for her child. She thought that her child was going to be the answer for their family. They're not well off. So Samke graduating from high school was a big deal. Samke going to college was a big deal. Her getting her degree was a big deal. This was their way out. But somewhere along the line, Samke's mentality got corrupted. Sometimes, with these ladies, like Wandi was saying, Wandi Ndlovu was saying that her mom could take her to school. You can see in the reality show that they don't come from well-off families, but their parents tried to get them into school, go to college, go to university, what have you. But then they find, once you get into that Joburg life, or you're around these friends, one way or another, it's going to corrupt you. It's going to corrupt your mind. It's going to change your way of thinking. It's going to change the way that you are brought up. You spend most of your time with your friends. And if they are saying that this is easier than this, yeah, we can finish school, whatever, but hey, this is easier. 9 times out of 10, you're going to go that way. Because you want to make the quick bucks. Not thinking how it's going to impact your life, your future. We never think about our futures when we are in our late teens or in our early 20s. But trust and believe, it's going to impact, take it from me, it's going to impact your life. It's going to impact your life. You really, really need to stay on that straight and narrow. Samke was given those opportunities. She could have a proper job, a proper 9 to 5. And maybe even after acquiring that degree and getting that 9 to 5, she could have built on that and became even more. But because this fast, flashy life where you just open your legs and it's easy money was presented to her, she took that route. Most girls think that, yeah, I can use my looks, I can use my body. But you get old. You get tired. Well, Samke is 20, I think she's 20-something right now. And she looks tired, like finished. Her mother was even saying that if I was a man, I wouldn't pay my last cent to be with that girl because it's disgusting. These are her mother's words. It's very sad. I feel like in their situation, Samke's mom is mad at the fact that I've tried to help you and give you the opportunities, but you failed to grab them and take them and save us all. You chose this route. You could have been a different person, and that's where some of her anger is coming from. And Samke is coming from, you didn't protect me enough. You don't actually understand me. You don't understand what I'm going through. You don't understand the things that I've seen or heard from you even. And that's why they are butting heads. But I do believe that they had a good relationship at some point. But it went wrong somewhere along the line. It really, really did. As a mother, you cannot, I promise you this, don't try to be the cool mom. Don't try to be your kid's best friend. Your kids must know that I am your parent and you are my child from when they are small. You need to make them understand that. It is my word. From the word go. Because if you bring them up as children, as just your friend, and then now, all of a sudden, when they're growing, you want to be like, I'm your mother, they're not going to listen. Because you've gotten them used to this other way of life. Right? Something else I wanted to say is, the anger that Samke's mom has, oh my gosh, it is so deep. I can understand that she's disappointed. Out of everyone in the family, people from outside even came in to try to help us with you. You are the one that was supposed to elevate this family and make change. And this is how Satan gets in. This is how Satan gets in. Samke could have done so many great things. She could have taken that teaching degree and done even more with it if she was focused. But Satan got in there and corrupted the situation. This is another reason why we need to teach our kids to be rooted in Christ. Our kids need to know that there are demons out there that are going to try to infiltrate their lives, and they need to know the signs of when this thing is going to happen or how it's going to happen. Samke could have really been the one to save that family. And I know maybe some of you out there sitting from a point of privilege might say that, oh, it's black text. But think about it. She was the only, what if, I don't know about the brother because she has a brother, but what if she was that child that was going to save that family from the poverty that they are in right now? But Satan came in to corrupt the situation. So sometimes it's not about black text. Yes, we do get black text is there, where your parents will raise you and then expect that you take care of them when you're older and now you're working or what have you. But that's your family also. That's your family. Why wouldn't you want to take care of your family and be there for them? I'm not saying give them your everything, but help them get out of the gutter. When you are getting out of the gutter, help them along the way. There's always that one person in the family that's going to take everybody out. But if you're sitting on your high horse by yourself, how do you feel when your family is suffering? If we're all suffering together, okay, fine, this is a different story. It's a totally different story. We're all trying our fair. But if you are making it, and you can't assist because of black text, I didn't ask to be born, you're kind of really selfish. Why would you want to see your mother struggling? Why would you want to see, I'm not even talking about your aunties and your uncles, your mother. If you are able to, wouldn't you want to bring them along for the ride type of situation? So nobody must say anything about the black tags. Then there is that situation of that Samke's mom mentioned about how she thinks that Samke was doing the nasty with the stepfather. However, she didn't confront the stepfather because obviously the stepfather is still a meal ticket to her. Maybe she doesn't want to cause any friction because she needs this man to support her and the other child and support the family still. She hasn't even brought it up to the guy, but she is accusing the daughter of doing this thing to the world on a well-known podcast. You don't even know for sure. You're just assuming because your daughter shaved. Your daughter's growing, lady. She's gonna shave. We shave. What shaves? We don't want them hairs. And if Samke was sexually active with other guys her age, it's not just old men, old papa daddies that want shaved vajayjays. Even young guys like shaved vajayjays. And it's not even about the guys. We as women like our situations clean. We like it clean, just for ourselves. It's easy to manage. It's easy to see. You know what I mean? So she doesn't even have concrete proof. It's just a rumor. But it seems like she's holding on to that story that she cooked up in her head because she saw her daughter shaved. So she's mad at her daughter because she thinks her daughter slept with a man. She's still with the man. If I thought my daughter slept with my man, why would I still be with the man? So she has that resentment still. But then it twists and turns again. Because when Samke was making the OnlyFans money, the mom was all too well and dandy to accept the money. Not only that, be present on this Body Works for Me, where Samke has now said in that interview that what they were speaking about Usamke giving the kids up to the fathers was fake. But she was all good to play along with that storyline because she knew it was going to be money. And that money Samke used to build Gubo, to upgrade the house that Samke's mom built with sand and sticks and stuff like that. So the mom was receiving something from Samke's Prostie ways and dirty shenanigans. So do you see now it gets confusing. It's like you were all good and dandy to accept the money when it was coming in, when I was doing my Prostie ways. What message are you sending to your child? Now you're so mad and you're so disappointed because she's a Prostie. But you were all good and happy to take the money. I would never accept that money from my child. If my child was to come home and say, Mama, na imali, from my prosty ways. I would spit on that money. That's me. I would do that. I would do that. So then it begs the question, why Samke's mom? Because Samke's mom is saying that she wasn't a prosty, but Samke is saying that you taught me how to be a prosty. Maybe the mom wasn't necessarily a prosty, but she was hooking up with guys in front of Samke. So Samke learned it from her. The mom did say that they were sleeping in one room together. Did Samke witness things that a child shouldn't be witnessing, but it just had to go on for them to survive? Do you understand how deep this goes? I feel like even just talking about this topic is just, it's a no-go area. It's too much. It's a lot. It's too much. Samke's mom is coming out saying that she hates her daughter so much. She makes it sound as if she hates her so much, or she's so disappointed because Samke is a prosty and because Samke divulged her HIV status. And because of Samke Amtuga, like she's dirty because of her HIV status. And we all know that people are not dirty because of their HIV statuses. 9 times out of 10, women don't go out there looking for it. They get it from their partners. This is just a well-known fact. There are some women that are hoes, and they are the ones that are collecting and spreading the situation. But some women are married women, and they find out after years of being married that they are infected by their partners. Does that classify them as dirty or grimy people? No, it does not. You didn't ask for that because you have a partner that you trust and you love. It's just unfair all round. It is wrong that Samke divulged her mother's HIV status. That is not her place. That's not a place to do that. No matter how angry she is at her mom. But to look down on her mom and say, well, because you're HIV positive. Da, 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 da. It's like having contempt towards someone. I feel like contempt towards a person is one of the last levels of disdain and hate that you can have. Because at that point, when you have contempt, if you look up the definition of contempt, it's like every time they just breathe, you want to roll your eyes. Do you understand what I mean? And that's how I feel like they feel about each other. Samke has been through a lot. I think both women have been. I was very shocked when the mother said they're not troubled, or what's this? Yeah, troubled. What's this? Not troubled, man. Lost. Not lost. What's another word? The other word that they use. It has escaped my mind. I was very confused that she doesn't see that. It's like they both don't see the position or the place that they are in. They're in denial. When Samke was on Hazel Mahazad's podcast, she didn't look good. Everybody could see she didn't look good. And I'm not saying look good in the sense that, going to the Grammys look good. She just didn't look okay. She just didn't look okay. They lost, those ladies. They both lost. And the fact that they will come out onto the same podcast to go back and forth at each other, it just tells you how lost they really are. Family protects each other. It sticks together when the going gets tough. Especially mothers, if you're accepting your daughter's prosty money. If you can stand by her and say, I support my child to the world when she's bringing in the money from her prosty situation, then stand by her when things are going haywire. Now can't you stand by her then? It's a lot to unpack with Samke and her mom. It's too much that we will never understand because physically we've never been in their physical shoes and we never will be. Hopefully, I doubt, no. Some of us will never be in those physical shoes. But it is so sad to witness, to hear your mother saying that, I don't want you to die. I would rather have you get into an accident or be in an accident and suffer so that you can be humbled. I would rather have your man, your so-called man that you love so much that you're with right now, do GBV on you and eliminate you so you can be humbled. I wish nothing but bad things for you. I don't wish death on you. I wish nothing but bad things for you so you can be humbled. That is so deep. Blessings from your parents, I feel like they are important. We fuck up as kids, you know what I mean? But for your parent to hate you that much, it's another thing. For your child to hate you that much, okay, fine. Children tend to grow up and hate their parents here and there. But then you realize once you get into adulthood, your mom was trying to protect you from this, that, and the other. But those two, their story goes deeper than what the eye meets. Because even in This Body Works For Me, where their bodies didn't work for them, none of them, I mean, you can just tell from those stories. I mean, they were lying about certain situations. Certain scenes were made up. These reality shows are not reality. They're not even reality. So they make up stories and then we believe them. Then they come out to tell the truth and it's like, what the hell is actually really going on? And everybody's just going along with it. I would never condone or allow my child to do that and embarrass me and embarrass themselves just for money. Yo, money is the root of all evil, you guys. Money is the root of all evil. I would never accept money from my child where they had to open their legs. I will die. I'll have a stroke or an aneurysm or something like that. And then turn around and be mad. When I was accepting the money, when everything is good, you're good. When there's money coming in, you're good. No, I need to be good with my child through and through. Couldn't off about those people, man. Samke is trying to reach 5D reality. Voila, you see, I told you about them chakras and chakras. It's the drugs. It's too much. The mom wishes that her child will stay in this drug addiction. What is that? Where do they do that at? Where your mother wishes you will stay in drug addiction just so you can be humbled. It's like everybody in that situation is just going to hell at that point. Yeah, this is the child that you birthed. Kids need to respect their parents, no matter what. You can have that disdain or those ill feelings for your parent. In public, at least. At least. And God says that children must respect their parents. But parents, you also need to have some respect for your kids. They didn't ask to be there. They didn't ask to be born. They're your kid. How do you hate your child that you pushed out of your no. When you become a mother and you give birth to a child, especially us natural birth mothers, I gave birth twice naturally without any medication. Right? And you go through that pain, and to ever turn your back on your child, I feel like I don't even care what my kids could ever do to me, but I would never hate them. They could disappoint me, I will be disappointed, I will be mad. But to hate them, they are me. You know what your child is to you? It's like an extended organ. It's like an organ that grows in you, but then miraculously can grow outside of your body. It's literally a part of your body. You grow that thing inside of you, that human being. It's first a thing. It's like a little thingy. Look at the abs that we used to look at when we were pregnant. At 7 weeks, at this. It's a little thingy, just growing until it becomes a little human being. And then you give birth to that person. You give birth to a person. And then years down the line, you hate them. I could never. What are you going to do? Chop off your own hand when your hand doesn't perform the way you want it to perform? You can't. God would never hate us. And we do so many bad. This is bad. This is so bad, guys. I don't even... this video is my hardest video I've ever had to make. I feel like in my life. Because God would never feel that way. I know this for a fact. God gets disappointed, maybe even angry with us, and hurt. But to hate us the way Mama Samke hates, and that does not give you any favor with God. Even though God says kids must respect their parents, but that doesn't give you any favor with God when you hate your child so much. that you cannot get over. So even if your child outs you like that, okay, and divulges your HIV status, there must be a place in you where you can forgive them. There must be. As a mother, there must be a place. There's no way you can wish your child, I don't wish death on my child. I wish they would get into an accident. It's like you're saying, I wish they would become paralyzed just so they can suffer after knowing how it is to be an able-bodied person. That is so horrible. I wish that my child's partner would GBV them. It's like in your mind, you've already played out the scene where the guy is GBVing her and eliminating her, where she knows I'm about to perish. It's like you can see her pain, her fear. It's like you... Guys, please. Do better as parents. That's where it starts. Because these kids that we birth, they're innocent. It's us. It's us. It starts with us. That's where it comes from. Our children emulate us. You can be as disappointed in, yes, your kid will grow and be influenced by the world. But if the foundation is right, they will grow up to be, even if they make mistakes along the line, they do drugs, they drink, they do all these funny things. At some point, they will gather themselves and they will come correct. It's us, the parents. I didn't know what direction this video was going to go, but it's like, it's just hitting me now. It's us, the parents. It starts with us. Kids are kids. And even if your kids pass 18, they're still your child. I'm still my mom's, I still call my mom mommy. She's my mommy. We don't come from much. But love and unity is so important. You don't have to come from much to raise your kids right, for them not to turn out this way. It starts with us. We can shit on the influences, and we do. Yes, our kids will be influenced by the world outside, by the influences. But damn, man, it comes from us, the parents. So as much as Samke's mom is upset, and I could feel her pain, but damn, lady, somewhere, somehow, no. You must take responsibility for how fucked up your child is. It comes from us. It comes from us. Alright? I don't even want to go further on this video. It's heavy. Very, very heavy. As a mother, I feel very just, it's a lot. Now, as in the future, what are the things I'm going to experience with my kids? I know I'm going to experience a couple of things. You know, they say the things that you did to your mother, you're going to feel 10 times worse when you have kids. And I put my mom through a lot. Sorry, Mom. I put my mom through a lot. But damn, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. This is a lot. A lot. And we didn't have the most cushiony, fluffy life. We just knew that this is life. You have a choice. Talk to your kids, guys. Because kids are going to get influence from outside. But as a parent, you need to sit your kids down and talk to them. That's what my mom used to do with us. She used to tell us and talk to us. Mom, so this is going to be the outcome. Mom, so like when you fuck up, she would sit us down and talk to us. So we could see, hey, there's a choice in life. Yeah, it's too much. Anyway, if you guys haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And baby, I'll see you in the next one. The lights, the electricity just came back. I'm going to put on the screen for the next videos. Guys, let me know what you guys think about Samke and her mom. And do you think that this whole situation of theirs is resolvable? Honestly, I don't think that it's mendable. I really don't, at this point. I never say never, but it's so deep. You know, if it was maybe just the child hating the parent, it's the parent hating the child, and she's even afraid of Samke. It's like, God be with this family, honestly. What more can you say? Right? It's not for us to point fingers and judge them and be horrible to them. They need to heal. And because we've watched this unfold, we need to be much kinder and softer. Not say, wena umama unjani, wena umntana unjani. It doesn't help the situation. It really doesn't help the situation. What kind of people are we if you want them to be butting heads? You understand what I mean? It's not nice to see. It's not nice to think of. It's just not a nice situation. Satan is in that family so much. The mother can't even ask that man, the 70-year-old, not the husband even, did you sleep with my child? If that 70-year-old guy slept with the child, why would she be mad at the daughter? Isn't he wrong? He's an older man sleeping with her daughter. Do you see? Do you see though? Why are you mad at your child as if your child is your friend? Your friend that slept with your man. It's your child. He's wrong. If that did happen, why didn't you confront the guy you married your daughter? You married your daughter about that, and you don't even know for sure. Ugh. This world is dark. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.